One day in September, a certain very cute and very beautiful woman, and I know you will not agree with me, but it's true. You're beautiful and cute. On that day in September, you added me as a friend request on Facebook. Little did I know that day was going to be one of the best days in my life because I I remember accepting you. I don't know if it was on the day. It probably wasn't, but I don't know. I'm sorry, but accepting you, you seemed genuine. I usually look through friend requests, and most of them are scammers, and some of them are just people I'm not interested in talking to. Um, I didn't really know how to gauge you because I only just seen your profile at the time, and immediately I was struck by your cuteness. You know, yeah, it was just amazing to see that cute smile. Um, I'm embarrassed saying it, but I'm not at the same time because you know how I feel about you, and I just love saying it. You're cute. I love you, and you're everything to me. When we started talking, things went from 0 to 100 very quickly. Um, they, I didn't ever expect us to fall for each other so fast, and in a way, it's like love at first sight. Something compelled you to add me as a friend, and I will forever thank the Lord and you for directing you into that path that eventually led for you to add me as a friend. I can't even remember when we were just friends at the start. I can, but the kind of early things I remember us talking about, but the tone of it is what I can't remember. I can't remember of just feeling that you were just a friend. What is it? A piece of fluff? Great. But I didn't know what to expect at the start. I I had random Facebook friends, but yours seemed different. Yours seemed genuine. Like you wanted to talk to me, like you wanted to be a friend, and that was great. Then when we got to know each other, it really, really took off. We were able to connect so closely in just a short period of time. It was incredible, absolutely incredible, of how much me and you connected so quickly. If we were in the same room and we were talking like that, then um, we would still have been where we are now in a relationship together. Only it's online. Um, I, I'm sighing because I just want to hug you, and I can't right now. But one day, I promise. Like some people make promises willy nilly, and sometimes, like you say, okay, I won't fall asleep tomorrow, I promise. That's not a true promise. That's more of an intention of doing something, and you really, really want it to happen. A true, absolute promise is something like me and you, Eileen, will be together. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but we will do this. We will do this together, and we will be together, whether it's Northern Ireland or the Philippines or both or somewhere else. I will dedicate my life And I am dedicating my life so far to doing that, to doing this together so we can have this life that we so desperately want. And the reason it's desperate is because our love is so strong. We cannot let this moment pass. We cannot just forget about things. Things will be difficult. They will be hard. And this court next week is the difficulty. I could go to prison. I might go to prison. It's a likelihood. The law over here is upside down. I could not begin to explain how stupid the justice system over here is. The reason I say that is because, let's just say, the town I grew up, a man shot his grandfather. I can't even remember why, but I remember 10 years ago or so it happened. He got 1 year in prison. But someone retweets, not tweets, retweets something someone else said. And this is in England, by the way. We used to have the same laws over here, a bit tweaked, but pretty much the same. A person over in England retweeted something that someone else said last year. Sorry, this year. It was this year. I can get it up for you if you want. If you want, please ask. I promise you I can get it up. A person was arrested for causing someone distress by retweeting something that someone else said, and literally cops came to the man's house. This man was a former British military service personnel. So you get 1 year for murder, and it was murder. This man murdered his grandfather, and yet this man who retweets something someone else said gets arrested. It's insane. Sorry, I'm getting into a rant. I want this to be more positive, but it is to illustrate that the justice system here is upside down. It is crazy. I would love to know the Philippines. I've heard things in the news, but they could be all fake. So I would love to know about the Filipino justice system. It'd be very interesting, especially if I'm to move to the Philippines, which hell yeah, I'm willing to do. And like, ask anybody over here who is shivering right now in -1 or whatever it is outside. I don't even know if it's snowing. It probably is. To go to the Philippines where my money is worth more, of course. So moving to the Philippines for me is a no-brainer. And just in case, sorry if it sounds rude, if that's a term, a no-brainer is a term that is something that is so obvious that it must be done. Like, go to the Philippines to see and live with the love of my life. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Me and you, babe, we will be together. The justice system here is crooked. Ask my father, ask my parents, ask my family, ask anybody who lives over here. You do something, like very, very small, you get jail. You kill you. Not. It's not about that just one case. It's about many cases. This country was at war at one point. Only 24 years ago it ended. I was still alive. I will tell you about the Oma bomb, which happened, which I fortunately was at the cinema at the time. But if I was down the town, just a mile away, maybe even closer than that, let's just say a mile, I would have been blown to bits. My dad was sitting drinking coffee at home. He wasn't at the cinema because he's anxious, and his coffee cup flew from his hand because the shock of the blast literally, like reverberated, the shock wave. So that's what it's like there, or was. Um, this country is picking up the pieces about that, and I would love to tell you all about. It's called the Troubles. It's like a nickname for the war. It's a civil war over here. Uh, one religion versus another religion. That's what it's about. But aside from that, what the main thing I was telling you is the justice system here is it needs to be improved a lot and it needs to go lots of places, but the place it's at right now is not where it should be, and I fear that it will it will trample me in the next. Sorry, I need to go to the toilet, but I will tell you in short what happened for me to lead to this point. But please, I hope it doesn't upset you when I explain. But it will be a kind of a quick explanation because the going through everything in full will take, to be quite honest, hours. I'm happy to tell you every bit, but I want this to be more positive than negative. But I'll see you in the next clip.